how to fix your board on a flat surface with Solarez. These are the tools and materials you'll need. A Solarez kit, masking tape, plastic sheet, and popsicle sticks. That's it. Alright, so here we have the Solarez kit. We're going to open it up. Here we have the sanding disc and the Solarez, all ready to go. And just a reminder, this is for EPS and epoxy boards. If you have a poly board, check out the Solarez kit for that. Always recycle. So it's really important to make sure that we get rid of all the fiberglass that is separated or delaminated from the foam. Now we could do this with just the repair kit, however it would require a ton of sanding to sand through this fiberglass, so we're bringing in a knife to make things a little bit easier. So here I'm just putting pressure on to make sure that none of this fiberglass has delaminated. It looks like we've cut out most of it. Alright, I think that's the last little bit, and we're going to end up sanding anyways, so we don't have to get all of it. It's actually two different grits of sandpaper in one. So we're going to start with the lower grit just to get more of the material off, and then we'll switch over to the finer grit to get the surface a little bit smoother. And now that we've roughed up and gotten rid of all the excess material, we're going to switch to the finer grit and smooth things out a little bit. Alright, now that we have the surface all prepped, we're going to grab our plastic sheet and we'll actually make the repair. The plastic is nice because it creates a nice flat repair and eliminates the need for a ton of sanding at the end of the process. We're going to tape right adjacent to the repair using our masking tape. I'm going to peel this back. The epoxy is sealed for safety. There's a nice little opener on the inside, so you just have to click it and that opens it up. So here we're looking for really just that perfect amount of epoxy that just fills the gap. If we don't do enough, we're going to get some air bubbles and it's not going to have the structural ruggedness that we're looking for. Now that this is all filled with epoxy, we're going to create that nice smooth surface, and you'll see ideally there's just a little bit too much so that when we squeegee over it, it'll pull a little bit through there. So now a really critical element to having this epoxy cure is the sun. So if you don't have access to UV light, it's never really going to kick. It'll just stay in this gel form. So it's really, really important when you're doing this repair. It's going to be in the daytime, outside, with direct access to UV light. Now that we're outside, it's going to start to cure. Now that it's cured, it's only a few minutes out here in the sun. We're going to take it on back into the shop and get it sanded up. It's only been in the sun for a few minutes, totally cured, all ready to get sanded down. So this is the plastic that we had on hand. If you really want to do it right, I'd get Mylar. It's not going to create all this texture. So once again, we're going to start with the 60 grit side, a little bit rougher and easier to take off a lot more material. So just going to go with the circular motions. And you can see since we didn't use the Mylar, there's a little bit of a valley here. So it's a lot more sanding for us to do. And there you have it. We're done.